but you're struggling with the presence of God. The day came and the sun shined on you and you tried to pray, but you had a lot of difficulty in prayer because what the enemy did was bring shipwreck. What the enemy did was strip you down to nothing, abandoned you, disassociated you from your inheritance, and now you got a struggle, you got an issue that you're dealing with. You got to look over me. I feel the Holy Ghost, because even as a man of God, as the priest, as the prophet, as the apostle of the house, I find myself wrestling with the very thing that I ought not do, that I find myself doing. In other words, I ain't trying to be deep, I ain't trying to be steep. The reality of the situation is it's some things we're not supposed to touch, but we find ourselves touching it. There's some places that we've already been ordained and assigned to go, and we're not going. A great God, because we're struggling with the very presence,
yes, God, yes,
of God.
Hallelujah. Yes, God.
It is so indicative of the church to know that joy is a prerequisite when serving God. The absence of joy can very much be compared to the absentee of peace. We know that peace is easily defined as the absentee of war, but we must understand that joy is the absentee now of sorrow and bitterness. The joy that God gives us, nobody can begin now to complete and fulfill that particular joy that is placed down on the inside of us. When you begin to look at this word joy, you realize that it is literally defined as happiness and inward pleasure with great peace. This is what is missing from the church. This is what is extracted from the lives of many believers. And the question is, Apostle Johnson, how can I find joy? How can I find inward stability and peace? How can I find eternal pleasure? How can I elevate myself? How can I push and thrust myself above my frustrations, above the vicissitudes of life, above the struggles, above the challenges, above the weaknesses of the flesh, above carnality, above society, above the external verities of life, above the bitterness and anger, above the social chaos and the economic hardship, above the everyday confrontation of life. The question is, my family, how can I find joy? Where is joy? Where can I get me some? Who can I talk to? Do I need to set an appointment? Do I need to get an interview? What do I do to find joy? It's a few folks. You're wondering why your children acting like a mess, because ain't no